Today, I want to talk about the ugly truth of spiritual awakening. Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Aisha, and I'm an Akashic love reader for Starseeds. And love is, almost the ultimate goal we are all, searching for. There might be this thought of spiritual awakening is so great because then suddenly, for example, through a Kundalini awakening, you are connected to the stars and you can remember a lot of things and your psychic abilities go through the roof and you're like in an angelic state of being, doing your divine thing, right? And let me tell you, it's not like this. And of course, if you are a light worker or a benevolent starseed, you've come into situations, you've bumped into people and places where you can acknowledge this fact, right? And sometimes you can really think like ignorance is bliss, because once you are aware of your surroundings, are aware of your light, basically, then you must do something with this knowledge and wisdom as well. Because waking up to your divine truth, which is basically what spiritual awakening is, or cosmic awakening, galactic remembrance, whatever you want to call it, also comes with responsibility. And sometimes we really long for a better life for ourselves, for our loved ones. We want to ignite our business. We would like to have great friends and a lot of abundance and money. But is it really true that we want that? And are we willing to work for it as well? So, what do I mean with the ugly truth of spiritual awakening? Well, it comes with a lot of pain and grief and guilt and shame and fear as well. Because as soon as you realize that there is more to this life than the average 9 to 5, um, the awaken the normal life where you work throughout the week or you study and in the weekends you party a bit and you have a drink with friends, and of course that's all great to do, but often light works and star seeds find this in the end not really fulfilling. They are they will notice with themselves that they are lacking something. It's like trying to fill an empty cup, which is basically unfillable. So we are trying to fill ourselves with a lot of external factors, and this is basically also encouraged by society, right? Because from a early on, we are taught that our light, the things we strive for in this life, the things that make us happy, lay outside of us instead of searching within. So, awakening to your sovereign, divine light force within yourself also comes with a lot of moments where you feel totally lost because you like what I'm feeling, what I'm experiencing. I'm really not able to share this with people around me because they wouldn't understand, and um, that's understandable as well. I mean, how can you explain that you just woke up from this vision where you were meeting light beings in the stars and you were told a certain outcome of something, or that you were gained information about yourself or about other persons? I mean, it's very hard because we were trained to look at this reality with our physical eyes. But there's also like a metaphysical reality as well, happening spontaneously, or I mean, simultaneously. And it's really a matter of really noticing in what way spirit is talking to you. And by spirit, I mean the great spirit or God or your ancestors, your animal spirits, and messages can come in through visions, colors, smells, music, nature. There are so many things. I mean, the the cosmos is creative, infinitely creative, right? So there is no end in which there is no end in which way you can perceive things, and this may feel like a lot of uncertainty has come upon you, because the world you've known before is basically shifting. And it's really like a mourning process, because you are saying goodbye to the things that you were used to, and you have to be open and willing to embrace new factors and new elements in your life. And that's why I love the internet so much, because within the online community, we can create our community of like-minded people who are going through the same process. And even though we are all on our own unique path and journey, we are walking together on this amazing life. And it, a lot of the times, it doesn't seem amazing, because when we were in the skies and in the heavens, and we were like, okay, let me dive into this next incarnation on earth, because I'm of the light. I come with a lot of love in my veins. Let's do it. I can, I can do it. I'm totally equipped to do it. Well, that's easier said than done, because you were in the skies. We were all in the other dimensions, in the higher realms, right? You know, it's really like a master level coming down here, because all our divinity, our all expansiveness, expansiveness and creative abilities, we have to like pressure it into our human awareness, and have to do the boots on the ground job. And this is very hard to do, because here on earth the rules are different, right? What we can imagine with our mind at first seems very difficult, because we were also born with um, us not remembering who we are, who we once were, and what we came here to do. And this makes it a bit unfair and not very easy. But through life, life gives you signals, life gives you processes. You can start to remember who you really truly are, which is a divine creative source of the divine in the image and likeness of God. I call her Sophia now, after being initiated by the book, The Sophia Code, which is all about working together and mentoring with the ascended masters, your higher self and Sophia, through the self initiations and through the remembrance of your own sovereign power. I really recommend this book. There is no higher version of high vibration spirituality on this planet right now, truly. And Yeshua always said, I'm of this planet. I'm not in this planet. No, 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 no. He didn't say that. He said, I'm in this, yeah, he said the following: I'm in this world, not of this world. And this is exactly what the Ascended Masters are teaching us as well, because a lot of them came from Sirius and other places in the universe where love and light is very, well, it's common because it's default, you know. And here on Earth, there are so many things going on. That's why a lot of starseeds and lightworks get overwhelmed, because of the amount of violence and the unacceptance of things. And people are not treating each other well, are not treating our great mother, Sophia Gaia, our Mother Earth, like crap, you know. And this is something it's really hard for us light workers and starseeds to be a witness of, because we all want divine union consciousness, right? We all want love and light into this world. But I tell you this, it's now the time to release all these fears and anxieties and suffering thoughts, because we've been trained to really find the light through the darkness. But now it's the time to find the light through the light. And the light is not up there. It's not in a holy text. It's not from an ascended master per se, but the light is within you. And we can make advantage of the ascended master by mentoring with them to show us their light, so we can recognize our own lights within. That's the reason why they are mentoring us, because they want to show us what we are capable of. And it's not because we want to put them on a pedestal and to treat them like gods of god or goddesses. And that's why I love mentoring with the ascended masters so much, because they were once human as well. In the book The Sophia Code, they are mostly feminine figures, and they are not archetypes. They were truly women that lived on this planet and who suffered and who laughed and who knew all aspects of humanity, and sometimes through hard times as well. And that's why they're very experienced in mentoring us, because they know what we are going through. And it's not the first golden age they are, um, trying to reach, because we are at the dawn of a new golden age. Um, History is full of golden ages, Shambhala, Atlantis, Lemuria, Avalon, ancient Egypt before it fell. And we can return back to that as well, but we can only do it by recognizing our own lights. And it's not about being arrogant or being like feeling more than someone else, more worthy, because everyone deserves God's love and grace, right? We are all deserving of God's attention, but that's within us. And that's a really hard lesson to understand and really to embody, because we were raised that we are minor, insignificant human beings who had to obey through the rules and regulations of, you know, religions and things like that. I'm not saying that all religions are bad, but even within the most compassionate religions, it's still a religion full of dogmas and full of you're down there, there is something greater than you that's up here. I've experienced it myself within Buddhism. There are so many good things to find in Buddhism, and I really work with two ascended masters every single day who are from that lineage, Green Tara and Kuan Yin. But I've seen with my own eyes, I experience how certain lamas are placed on a pedestal, and it was not per se them who told us other commoners that we are lower than them, but it was really how the environment were treating them and themselves, and how they were interacting with each other, which was so clear to me that, I mean, there was one night, it was orchestrated by a Buddhist place. It was a Buddhist event because there was a lama coming over, and they were telling us literally that he would sit on a like a sort of a throne idea, and we all had to sit on the ground. And I couldn't believe it, And it's not to put a blame on Buddhism in a total, because it's made out of men, right? But it really illustrated the fact that we as a species had a long way to go in recognizing our own light and going through all these phases and all these awakenings, how minor and how huge they are. This really makes it difficult to grow up spiritually. And also, we are told that one of the best ways to wake up is through a Kundalini awakening, and which is happening in an instant, and then you are like struck by lightning, and voila, you're like son of some figure that has figured it all out. But usually, waking up spiritually or cosmically is not happening all at once. It goes through phases where you are constantly in a balance from, okay, I feel this. I am of the lights. I'm of love. I'm going to anchor love and light on this planet. And the other side is, oh, what do you think you are doing? Who do you think you are? Come on. For the love of God, you really think you are on the same level as the ascended masters? Or, I mean, it's a constant battle as well. Like, and we want to have like instant abilities and remember our divine inheritance in an instant moment, but it doesn't happen like this. It's a true devotion of every single day. Well, I call it the present day mystery schools, because in the other times in ancient history there were like mystery schools, the Syrian mystery schools, the Egyptian mystery schools, and also in Tibet, and not even on this planet alone, but also in other places in the universe. People were trained. They would go into the mystery schools and were trained as initiatives. Also, Mother Mary, for example, she was trained at an early age of 3 years old. She would travel to Egypt a lot of the times in her life, where she was trained by highly developed masters, including Hathor, Isis, and Green Tower. They were her mentors as well. Today, our mystery school is our present day life. I mean, try to stay focused up there in a high vibration while your teenager is having a fit, or while your boss at work is not treating you well, or while you are trying to have a shower in the morning and you run out of hot water. I mean, the days with examples like this, where life is not really is giving you lemons, right, are enormous. And still we have to be present in our consciousness, and still have to be open to whatever Sophia and the God consciousness is giving us, and be appreciative as well. And for me, it's really like a process, and that's what I'm trying to teach my clients as well. We are in a process of giving our own will to the divine, and it's not about being submissive. It's not about no, don't think for yourself anymore. But if we are in the image and likeness of the divine, then the divine will is our will, and our will is the divine will. And this concept might be a little bit, yeah, challenging to grasp. Of course, you have to think for yourself, and um, always have an open heart and mind. But it's about aligning with your higher self, because your higher self is in alignment with the divine and is in alignment with your body, because your your higher self, your oversoul, created this human body. As soon as your physical incarnation is aligning with your higher incarnation, then you know you on the right path. So this is something else than being submissive to an external God outside of yourself. So you see where history has twisted a lot of things, where it's all about disempowering ourselves. And the time that we disempower ourselves, that we don't believe in ourselves anymore, is over. Also, the time with where the Messiah and the Guru and the lonely, um, usually a male figure, is gone. We have to do it together, by each following our own heart. And all these misconceptions that we were brought up with, we have to let go in order to find our own light. And this makes it very challenging to wake up spiritually. But nonetheless, there is a whole community out there from all over the world. I live in the Netherlands. I have I'm in contact with so many lovely star beings, starseeds, light workers, who are having the same call, but each with their own unique abilities. And I'm so grateful to stay in contact with them, because a lot of the times you can have conversations that it's very hard to have in your own direct environment. And it's not to say that we are better, or that they are not there yet. I mean, that's a little bit, I mean, it's not very friendly to have those thoughts, right? Because we are all on the path. Each and every one of us is on their own unique timeline. And even though you're not there yet, wherever there is, is there any is there an end to it? But give ourselves some grace. Give yourself some grace. Love your now is also very important. And yeah, if you would like to know more about your unique soul path, especially in the realm of love, whether you are single or whether you are in a relationship or a marriage and you want like to deepen your connection with your partner, just contact me, because we can dive into your personal Akashic records. I call this a cosmic love reading, and we will dive deeply into your soul unique blueprint, where you came from, and also what is blocking in your love life right now. Why is it hard for you to find your significant other? And usually, I mean, like all of the time, it's got something to do with a previous life, which is also called a parallel life, right? Because everything happens simultaneously. But for the grasp of the context, I will call it a past life. And we can find out, okay, what's happened? How can you clear it? How can you be on your own unique path. And yeah, you're more than welcome to book a reading. And thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. And let's all connect. I'm open for any questions, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.